What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Ocarina of Time 3D Master Quest. In the last episode, we started the dreaded water temple. And in this episode, well, hopefully, we're gonna finish things up here and, if we're lucky, take on the boss. I don't know, man. We got a lot to do, and not a lot of time to do it, so let's not waste any time and get started. First things first, let's head back into this central pillar, because now the water is, like, all the way at its highest point. We can come up here, and guess what? Navi's gonna fly over here and turn green, which means if we take out our ocarina and play the Song of Time, well, you guys probably guessed it, it's going to make a Song of Time block appear. And if you look in the upper corners, you can kind of see, like, torches up there, so yeah, gee, I wonder what we need to do next. Let's hop up here and grab Din's fire, because we need to light all of those torches. Like, we've done this so much, not only in this temple, but in the last temple as well, so it's kind of like a thing in Master Quest. If you never know what to do or you're stuck on something, try using Din's fire. Chances are there's like a torch that you can't see that you need to light up in order to make some progress. Anyways, now we can finally go down here, and like I said, this area is pretty dang important, because there's something down here that we can get that we need to sort of continue on with the rest of the temple. So first things first, this room is vastly different on Master Quest, but what you want to do, head over here to this corner and step on those two blocks, that way you can make them disappear and reveal this switch. Now, this one's sort of hidden away. This is the one you actually want to hit, but there is a second one in this room. Underneath this crate, if we activate this switch, it's going to unlock this crate, and an enemy will drop down and try to attack you. You can easily kill it and, like, you know, move on with your day, but just know that it is a booby trap, and you really don't need to hit that one to make any progress in the temple. Alright, so yeah, shooting that wall causes this chest to appear, and this is what we came here for, baby. It's a small key. I know, it doesn't seem that important, but you need it, so you gotta come all the way here just to get it. Now that we got it, though, we are completely done with this area, so we never have to worry about it again, which is really awesome. Okay, so, now that we got that small key, let's actually return to the main area of this temple, because I think we actually did pass a locked door on our way back inside this pillar. So, if we play our cards right, I believe we can leave on the second level, and think we want to go to, like, the east section of the temple, and that's where the locked door is. Yeah, there it is. Alright, not too shabby. Surprisingly enough, since, like, we already have the item and pretty much everything else besides the boss key, so yeah, the rest of this temple should go by fairly quickly, since there's not a whole lot of things that are really impeding our progress right now. However, there is kind of one caveat to that, so pretty much after we get the boss key, we're going to be going and getting Skulltulas, but there's one room that contains one golden Skulltula that, as far as I know, we cannot collect right now, which is kind of weird, because all the other, like, adult temples allowed you to pick up every single golden Skulltula inside them on your first run through, but the water temple does not allow you to do that, so I think we need to come back here, like, pretty much after we finish up this temple, in order to reach that Skulltula. So, yeah, kind of a little bit of an annoyance, but whatever, we can deal with it. This room, however, this room is just, man, I do not like this room. Jump down here, instantly 3 Stalfos are going to appear, and this room is kind of weird because it's oddly shaped. There's, like, walls and platforms sort of in the way, so it's kind of hard to, like, get a really good angle at all 3 of these Stalfos, but just try and single them out and take them out as you normally would. By now, you should be pretty good at fighting these Stalfos. A lot better than I am, at least, because I'm still pretty bad at fighting these guys. Like, I don't know, I feel like I got a little bit better, and even though I am trying to use my shield to block most of their attacks, some of them can, you know, jump over your shield to attack you, or just attack you through your shield. So, I'm doing my best, but again, there are definitely people out there who are way better at fighting Stalfos than I am. Like, look at that, man. My gosh, I lost so many hearts from that. And I feel like I really didn't play that bad. It's just I got, like, severely unlucky when it came to sort of blocking some of their jump attacks, because their jump attacks do, like, 4 hearts, which is just completely ridiculous. But yeah, once you get rid of those guys, these dragon statues will pop up, which is basically how we're going to navigate through this room. Except for this guy over here, for whatever reason, he's just lazy and doesn't want to pop up. He's too good for us, I guess, but whatever, man. We don't even need you. And also, yeah, there's 2 fairies over here, so don't worry too much about the damage you took from the Stalfos. This game is very generous with the fairies, like especially in this room, because right towards the exit of this room, there's 2 like darker dragon statues that I believe you can play Epona song and the Sun song next to, and both of them will spawn a big fairy. Those are the fairies that restore your magic and all of your HP. So yeah, like, don't even worry about the damage you take in this room whatsoever, which is really helpful because, well, this next room is pretty legendary. This is where we're going to find the mini-boss of this temple, and it's like everyone's favorite mini-boss for whatever reason. Personally, I don't think it's very good, but yeah, whatever. Teach their own, I suppose. And this door is locked. Whatever shall we do? Well, if we head back towards that one singular dead tree, there is supposed to be something here, and it's not for some reason. I really don't know why. Is it going to spawn? Come on, game. There we go. Check it out, guys. It's us. That's right. The boss of the water temple is the legendary Dark Link. So, we're going to start by casting Din's Fire. This is sort of going to be like my guide to the perfect setup for this boss. You know what, I kind of do need Din's Fire again, because what you want to do ideally is already have the Megaton Hammer out. So use Din's Fire, that'll knock him back, and now he'll always spawn behind you. So if you turn around quick enough when you have the Megaton Hammer, you can just whack him like before he has a chance to block your attack. And this is like the easiest way to fight Dark Link without using a ton of magic. You could just continually use Din's Fire, and that's like totally a valid tactic. But I find that this way just saves more magic, and it does about the same damage, I would say. Not too sure. And yeah, already Dark Link is gone. Dude, it didn't even have a chance to hit me. I just completely destroyed him. So yeah, surprisingly enough, I know a lot of people who have like a hard time with that boss use that tactic. It might seem kind of cheap, but it works like every single time. I'll tell you what, it makes that boss fight so easy. And also another fairy that we don't really need. Make sure you hit that, that way you can unlock this door. And funnily enough, like this room used to be where you get the long shot from. So yeah, you get it way, way earlier in Master Quest than you do in the normal game. Alright, so Link, be careful, don't get swallowed by the vortexes. Right, so there are like little vortexes in the water in this area. I believe if they swallow you, they take you back to like the beginning of the temple or something like that. I'm not even too sure because, to be honest, it's been a very, very long time since I've like fallen in one of those vortexes, so I'm not even sure what happens, to be totally honest. And Link, can you please climb up here, please? Thank you. Alright, so the reason why you want to be on like these hookshot targets is because, yes, there's a golden Skulltula right over here that you want to collect. Plus, it makes like navigating through this entire section just a lot faster since you don't need to worry about the vortexes or swimming in the water or really anything like that. So I recommend just staying on here if you can. Alright, so just a few more that we need to navigate through before we're at like the... Oh no, that's not... Oh crud. Oh crud. Oh my gosh, that actually worked. So I was like just struggling around in that vortex for I don't even know how long. It was a really long time, but like I refused to let it like suck me into wherever it was going to bring me. And then I put on my iron boots and somehow I was able to stand down and hook onto that target. I don't think that is supposed to work, but you know what? I am so glad that it did. Okay, so now that whole debacle is done, let's head over here, and I think all we have to do is like swim up if I'm not mistaken. We basically just need to unlock the door in this room, that way we can make our way back towards the central area of the temple, and I really don't think this does anything besides, yeah, spawn some magic, because there are torches behind us. So again, let's drop Din's Fire and just light those bad boys up, that way we can get the heck out of here. Because, to be honest, I really have no desire to be in the water temple any longer than I need to be. Like, most people hate the water temple. I'm sort of indifferent towards it, but, the rest of the water temple, at least on Master Quest, is kind of boring, not gonna lie. Like, once we get the boss key, we could go directly to the boss, but there's still Skulltulas that we need to collect. And speaking of the boss key, this is where we get it. So let's hop down here real quick, because the timing of this can confuse you if you're not too familiar with what's gonna happen. But yeah, activate the switch while you're standing on this water plume as you're riding it up. Use Din's Fire, because there are 2 torches on the other side of that grate that we need to light up. And if we do it, the grate will unlock it now. We can just jump over and open up the fancy chest and get ourselves the boss key. So that's pretty much that. Like, I believe this room will actually take us out to the main hub of this temple. So we could go directly to the boss right now if we wanted to. Like, we have the item from the temple, we have everything else that we need, but we're still missing a golden Skulltula, like one singular golden Skulltula. Technically, there's 2 more in the temple that we need to grab, but only one of them we can get as of right now. The other we'll have to come back at a later time to pick up. So I guess to get this one remaining Skulltula, let's head over here to the northern section of the temple. I don't believe we actually had a chance to go down here before, but yeah, now that we've sort of unlocked this area, let's check it out and see what secrets that it's hiding. If you look on the map, like, you can see there seems to be a lot of rooms, like, over here that we have yet to explore, and they seem kind of big, but they're really not. Anyways, though, apologies if I seem a little bit out of it today. I've actually just gotten back from a week-long trip. Like, I went over to Illinois to hang out with some friends for a week, which is a time zone behind my normal time zone because I live on the East Coast. So I'm sort of a little bit jet lagged, not really, but I also didn't get like the best night of sleep last night, so I'm kind of tired. And also, it's the first time I'm like commentating in a week, and believe it or not, like, that does impact like the flow of your commentary just a little bit, because this is something I'm so used to doing like every single day. I feel like whenever I go any period of time without like commentating a video, it sort of does take a little bit of time just to get right back into it. Anyway, so here's the stealth folks, and oh my gosh, I almost fought that guy perfectly. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be the one, this is gonna be the one. Almost took 0 damage, then of course, right at the end, he lands that stupid jump attack. But yeah, right inside that crate is the small key that we need. Now that we have that, we can unlock the locked door that we passed by on the way here. So, let's just swim right back up to the surface, and there it is, hooray! Now, I know it seems like we're going really far out of our way from the main room, and we would have to do a lot of backtracking to get back there. However, I did drop Favor's Wind before the start of this episode, in the spot where I told you guys at the end of the last episode that you might want to consider dropping it. Again, same thing in this room that we did with the boss key. Just stand on the water plumes first, then use Din's Fire as you're riding them upwards. And now we gotta jump across to the other side really quickly. And Din's Fire this last final torch. Come on. Is that fast enough? I hope it is. Yeah, it is, baby. Sweet. We are golden. Let's get out of here. And oh man, this room is fun. Hey guys, remember Dodongos? Yeah, there's a lot of them here now. Here's a little bit of a trick you can do. Instead of like jumping down there and fighting them, if you stand right on the edge, you can shield drop some bombs right over there and have the Dodongos like sort of eat them up. I'm pretty sure this is like one of the things they wanted you to do, but again, you can accidentally fall off the edge if you're not careful, or the bombs might get stuck on the edges, so it can be a little bit tricky to do. But on the bright side, if they do eat the bombs, they go down in like one hit, which is pretty dang. Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Alright, whatever. At least there's only like 2 left, so we should be able to take these guys out with our sword and not take like any damage doing so. Anyways, though, as I was saying before, yeah, so I went away for a week to visit some of my friends, and normally when I go and visit like my friends on YouTube, we take some time, record some videos, but this time around we really didn't have any plans to do that. Like, honestly, this trip was more for myself because, well, for one, I wanted to go and see the Zelda Symphony, and I knew some friends were out there, and So we all went together, and that was actually a lot of fun. That was like the third version of the symphony, the Master Quest version. So I've actually seen all 3 different versions of the symphony. So, I mean, it was nice to be able to see that again. And of course, then just to like hang out with all of my friends as well. Like, I always enjoy doing that and being surrounded by other people who do YouTube full-time like myself, and it's just a nice creative environment to be around. Plus, like, I'll be honest, I was feeling kind of bummed as of late, so hanging out with, like, you know, my friends who we share these similar interests of loving video games and doing YouTube and stuff like that. Like, it's always fun to be around like-minded people, and I will admit it cheered me up a little bit. Like, I'm in a much better mood now, so I'm excited to get back to making videos. It's gonna be a fun couple of months. Anyways, now that we got that Skulltula, we are done with this section, and we could go like all the way back through those rooms, but because we do have a warp point already set, what do you say we make use of that and just go right back to the main room? Probably not the best use of Pharaoh's Wind, but you know what? Saved us a little bit of time, so I'll take it. And that's where I'm going to end off this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.